Okay, well, let's talk about Texas State. And, well, you know what? No one's really talked about Texas State, actually. Everyone's been so fixated on Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph and how they've played in the last season for the Longhorns, and rightly so, because Texas has been playing very well. But not a lot of people have talked about Texas State. So let's talk about the Texas State Bobcats and what they've done so far this season. And you know what? It's been an admirable season for Texas State this year. Texas State has done really, really well. They are 15-13 overall this year, but 10-4 in the Southland Conference. Good for second in the Southland Conference. Right now they're tied with McNeese State at 10-4 atop the conference, but due to McNeese State this year defeating Texas State 97-92 in Louisiana at McNeese State, they hold a tiebreaker over the Bobcats, so that's the reason why they're second, not first, in conference. But still, credit this Texas State ball club. They are a very talented ball club. They played really well. They are on a 2-game winning streak currently, and they are led by a very good player in Cameron Johnson. He averages 13.3 points per game, and he's on the court almost all the time. 23.9 minutes average on the season. He's done a great job for Texas State, Cameron Johnson. He's assisted by Tony Bishop, who has scored on the season on average 12.3 points per game, and he's been really good at rebounding. 8 rebounds a game for Tony Bishop. So for Texas State, they've done a really great job this year. They've done a great job in getting themselves back up. That's the reason why no one's talking about Texas State this season, though. And it's just because Texas State in the last 2 years has been absolutely irrelevant. The biggest reason for Texas State not getting a lot of notoriety is the fact that, well, let's face it, they've been poor. Last year, they were 15-16 overall in the season. They lost in the first round of the Southland Conference tournament to Southeastern Louisiana, and it was a close game, 79-78 in overtime, but unfortunately, Texas State was knocked out, and that ended their season. They were 9-7 in conference last year. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't any good. The year previous, though, it was actually bad. It was a bad year for Texas State. They were 14-16 in 2008, 2009, and going back even further in 2007, 2008 for Texas State, they were poor, 13-16. In fact, Texas State, the last time they had a very, very good season, you have to kind of go back a little bit further than that. In fact, the last time Texas State had a winning season, you have to go back all the way to 2002, 2003. That was the year Texas State went 17-12 and was 2 games away from going to an NCAA tournament appearance. In fact, it was probably the closest they've been to an NCAA tournament appearance since the last time they even made it, and that was back in 1994. Way back in 94 was their one and only appearance in the NCAAs, and that was when they lost to Massachusetts 78-60 in the first round of the NCAAs that year. It's been a while for Texas State to see this kind of excellence or success. And the thing is, for Texas State basketball fans, success has been hard to come by in the last couple of years. This year, though, it's a little bit different. Texas State is playing much better basketball-wise, and we've talked about them having Johnson playing very well, 13 points per game. He's been one of the reasons why Texas State has played very well this season. So give credit to Texas State. They've done a great job. They've been able to resurge from a couple of really tough years, especially in 04 and 05 when I believe they only won 9 games that season. So one has to credit Doug Davalos for Texas State, the coach for the Bobcats. Doug Davalos coming in his 3rd season. First 2 years were kind of rocky. Last year, though, you've seen some improvement from Texas State. Davalos has done a great job in at least slowly bringing back the winning tradition, or at least part of the winning tradition, to Texas State basketball. The thing is now, for Coach Davalos, can he put Texas State in another level? Now that Texas State is moving up to Division I, at least in football, can he get this team going in Division I in basketball in the Western Athletic Conference in 2012? Can he get them to that point in basketball? we'll have to wait and see. But for Coach Davalos, he's done a great job this year. 15-13 on the season are the Bobcats. They've done a great job. They're moving forward. They're playing very well, second in conference so far, and they're at least giving themselves an opportunity to show what they can do and showcase themselves in the Southland Conference tournament, of which is coming up very soon. The tournament starts on March 8th, going through the 12th of March, and that's going to be in Katy, Texas, at the Leonard E. Merrill Center. That's the Southland Conference tournament where Texas State will be playing, and we'll see what the Bobcats can do. If they play as well as they have been in the middle of the season, who knows? Coach Davalos might just get this Bobcat program to the NCAA tournament, the first time of which they've done so since 1994.